Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training just about an hour of Woodpecker. To be honest, this is probably the last thing I want to do today, but it has to be done, and I know that my chess is a lot better as a result of putting in this tri-weekly grind. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let me switch overlay and let's get training. Welcome, Just a Random Human. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, actually, I played some chess in person today, and it was a very productive blitz session. Actually, I felt like I learned a lot from the games that I played, which doesn't always happen with blitz sessions. So yeah, a real positive. But yeah, let's keep this going. So, Jesus, Jan. Welcome to the stream. I'm not even going to repeat what you just wrote. Actually, I've been working on the bullet guard document, but that is still a work in progress. I want to think it over before I confirm any of those details. But okay, let's go. So I think we're on to Mikhail Tau now. Thank God, we've made some progress. Tao says to play for a draw at any rate with white is to some degree a crime against chess. That's quite funny. I think it can actually make players self-destruct when you play in a very dull way. So I guess if you're playing in a dull way in order to try and win, maybe that would get a pass, but probably not. But okay, let's try and solve this. So Queen, Rook, Knight, Bishop. 1 through 5, 6, 7. 1 through 5, 6, 7. Very questionable setup on the king side here. White's pieces are already looking very, very deadly. But yeah, this is the kind of position where I have very little intuition as to what the right move would be. Like, every attacking move looks somewhat promising and probably all losing. So, okay, what can we note? The rook is on the line of a queen. Bishop is pressuring the knight. Maybe some x-ray pressure over here. Maybe some pressure on these squares. Maybe we can bring the other rook in, because it doesn't feel like black is unraveling, unless maybe they can push the f-pawn to some effect and harass the queen. So let's have a think. Okay, so let's think of our candidate moves. What checks do we have? We've got bishop takes h7, knight f6, knight h6. What captures do we have? We've got queen takes h6, we've got rook f7, queen f7. What threats do we have? Maybe queen g6 is a threat. Maybe bishop g6 does something. I don't know. So, okay, let's begin. So, if we go knight takes h6, we've won a pawn. So they should take back. And do we have some kind of follow-up there? Rook g4 check. And probably just go king h8. Don't know. Knight h6, gh6. Any other candidates? Really don't think so. Okay, so what about knight f6? Knight f6. What if they do pawn takes? Probably then I can take back with the pawn. The rook moves somewhere. And can I go like rook g4? Somehow it feels a bit more promising, because after, like, let's say knight f6, pawn f6, pawn f6, rook c7, rook g4 check, king h8, maybe rook g7. But it all looks so risky. I mean, also knight f6 check, they could potentially take with the knight. But then we get the pawn in, so it does kind of look good. Does knight f6 actually come with a threat? Like knight f6, king h8? Yeah, then knight takes h7, picks up a piece. So knight f6, g f6, pawn f6. if knight takes f6, rook takes f6, and we're really threatening to go in on h6. So actually this looks very strong. Are there any potential moves I'm missing? Knight f6, pawn f6, gf6. What about like knight g5? Well, then I just take the rook. So finally then, okay, what about this? Knight f6, pawn f6, pawn f6, rook c7, rook g4, knight g5? I guess... Oh, I could go rook takes g5, pawn g5, and queen h7 checkmate. So yeah, I think knight f6 is actually winning. Knight f6, knight takes f6, pawn f6. What if they try g6 there? Well, then we can take the rook, they take our queen, we take that queen. So, okay, I think it wins. Oh, they actually did this? What was my solution there? I just said rook takes is good enough. I mean, we've regained our material and we're crashing through on h6. Like, they can't even defend with the king. Well, obviously not, because we just take. I mean, I think we can just take. And I saw this, but I thought we could just take on h6, and surely it's, like, really strong. I don't know, like, why play rook takes h6 right now? Why not bring the other rook to f1? That would be preferable. Unless somehow they're, like, trading in a way that's undesirable. Maybe with rook h6, then they no longer have options like queen g5. So maybe I can do this. But then they play like moves like f6 or something. I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Guess I can go back queen h4. It's not too bad. Maybe we should just take the pawn, not try and finesse this. Okay, and we just go queen h4 and we're fine. Yeah. Okay, rook af1 can be played fast. So I'm glad that, you know, my considerations were not for nothing. Knight f6, gf6, bishop h7. Is pawn takes f6 also good? I think white can transpose with pawn takes f6. That's probably what they mean, where after knight takes, then it's the same, right? Yeah. So pawn takes f6 is good. Okay, good. Yeah, welcome Shay to the stream. Absolutely grinding chess. I mean, you know, I think both of us are actually in the same boat where, you know, we're stronger with like other aspects of chess than our tactics, right? So I've just got to put in the work as well. Just force yourself to do it. Like it's pretty shit, but you know, it is what it is. Be right back. I'm on a school trip and the fire alarms just went off. Yeah, good luck, human. I agree, Jan. Rook f6, knight takes f6. Okay, so someone suggested this rook f6. I actually did not even have this as a candidate move. And welcome, Jamie. Which Jamie is this? Let me see if I can work out from the profile pic. I cannot work out from the profile pic. It's too small. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Rook f6, knight f6, ef6, gf6, knight takes h6 looks promising. Is that the line that they give? Yeah, it looks like maybe rook f6 is also winning. Yeah, and if knight takes f6, yeah, and this is indeed winning. I would probably be struggling after king g7 to find the win. Queen g4 and what, they just allow this? Oh, because there's going to be mate like this. Yeah, I don't know. This stuff is tough. But okay, I'm glad we found the winning line with knight f6. Let's do the next one. Oh, can you explain knight f6, gf6 again? I think the point was just e takes f6 and the rook is being attacked. So, and then you get like a big attack. What's the good alternative to this course that can help improve? I mean, I'm trying to improve my calculation ability through the solving of short tactical combinations. So probably just Lichess puzzles could be a decent alternative if you want something free. But somehow I like the kind of fact that this is a collection of puzzles and you can kind of stay on track. Like, you know, the Lichess puzzles are endless, right? So it's kind of bad for motivation. Who do I want to become world champion? I mean, is Hans still able to become world champion? I don't know. It's a bit too soon for Hans to become world champion. That's also my biggest chess regret: meeting Hans Niemann and not telling him that I think that he can make it. That was such a missed opportunity. Who would I want to become world champion? I don't know who's worthy of it right now, to be honest. There's not like a standout figure. Maybe Giri for world champion, but then the whole system is just like a meme, isn't it? So I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe if Gukesh can like establish himself, that would be cool. Like, I understand he had a bad tournament in recently, but like he's a streaky player. Like it's to be expected. But okay, Tao against Pasman. Black to play. I'm getting really strong vibes about this knight g3 move, because if they were to take with the bishop or something and I take back with the pawn, you can't win my queen because this is actually checkmate. And I think if you take like this, how do you defend the mate and save your queen at the same time? I don't know if you can. So okay, what options does white even have? They can either move the king or they can take it in one of 3 different ways. So if they take with the bishop, I take with the pawn. And I think they lose the queen. Okay, if they take with the knight, again, I think they lose the queen. If they take with the rook, well, then they just take my queen. And I think I'm busted there. Unless they take with the rook, I then take on h2. If they take, then I take, and then I do a discovered attack. So knight here, if they take with the rook, and I take on h2. And they go king g1. Do I have a follow-up here? I guess I could take the bishop, so my rook is still immune, because if they take, then I can take with check, and I pick up the queen again. Right? And also I've already won material there, right? Like here, I give a check, they go king g1. Oh no, I haven't won material yet. So I can take here. And then if I can take with check, I've already won a pawn, I think. If they have to play a move like king e1. I don't know, that's a long line. I should probably be evaluating the position and considering candidates, but it is very tempting. After knight g3, king g2, do I even have a follow-up? Probably rook takes h2 looks good. King takes is forced. And do I just have like some mate? Queen h4, king g2. I don't know. Yeah, and this is why you don't tunnel vision some super long line. Okay, so let's go back to the drawing board. How many pawns do we have? 8 against 8. We've got the same amount of material. We're super underdeveloped on the queen side. But that king just looks super weak. Knight g3 is just begging to be played. Knight g3, check king g2. Where's the win there? I don't see it. Don't see it. I wonder if you could play like knight g3, king g2, and bishop takes g4 on the basis that if they take back with the pawn, then I go f3 check and I pick up the queen. Knight g3, king g2. Knight g3, king g2, bishop takes g4. What if they then go pawn takes g3? Well, then I could go bishop h3 check, king h2, bishop f1 mate. That's quite nice. I think it's just winning. And what was the line we were looking at? Rook takes g3. I don't think I had a solution to this. I think I was just saying rook takes h2, king g1 was forced. And then taking the bishop. It looks decent enough, I think. If they take, we take, and then they go king e1. And we don't even have to trade queens there. Probably we just go queen h4. I think we've won a pawn. That knight is like really dodgy. I think that looks good, honestly. Hey, let's see if we get it. He goes king g2, so this was where I said bishop g4. I didn't consider enough candidates. I said bishop g4 and I looked at pawn takes. I also looked at if they take on g4, but they can take on g3. And this is why, I'll go back to this, but attacking chess is just super hard. Because like all it takes is one miscalculation and your whole position can be toast. I remember I had a game in the Fanet Congress like 2 years ago where I built up a beautiful attack, like minus 1.5, -2 position as black. It was a Dutch. And I had 2 moves to choose between. And I thought I played the stronger of the 2 moves. And it turned out the move I chose had a resource that I'd completely missed. And suddenly I'm lost. Whereas if I played the other move, I just keep my -2 advantage and probably go on to win the game. But it's just so hard to spot everything without being really meticulous about checking everything. Like probably if bishop takes g3 works and I have to check knight takes g3, just check everything, which, I probably should do. But it's just long. So I think if you're not willing to put in the effort for that, or you're just bad at doing it naturally, I think there are much easier ways to play chess. So yeah, bishop g4, just bishop takes g3. So what's even happened there? So I've won a pawn, they've won a whole piece. And I guess the pawn on f4 is still pinned to my queen, so it's not so easy to regain that piece. Yeah, fair enough. So queen h4 is the correct move. Which makes a lot of sense. If they take with the pawn, I've got checkmate. If they take with the bishop, what's my follow-up? Queen h4, they take with the bishop. I have no idea what the follow-up is. Queen h4, bishop takes g3. Looks fine. If queen h3, just king f2. Like if pawn takes g3, just pawn takes g3 and it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Queen h4, bishop g3. I've got nothing. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have wished to move on to Tau because this is just going to be horrendous. Queen h4, bishop g3. Well, either I have to take it or play queen h3. I don't see any alternative. And if I just take it, they take back with a pawn. Queen h2, king f1. I don't know. Just looks like we've lost a pawn, no? Yeah, I really have no idea. It just looks like we've lost a pawn to me. Let's see if anyone in chat can get it. Chess tempo much better than Leech's puzzles? Yeah, no, I have heard many good things about chess tempo. I just can't get into it. Maybe I need to give it another try. It's been a while. So who's actually in the candidates, Dark? You said Fabiano's a clear favourite to win. Like, who's actually confirmed for the candidates right now? Hans is great. If not Hans, then I hope for Anish. Okay. Yeah, this is if we want the world to just become a meme, then I guess that's the way to go, Rando. Yo, Josh, how's it going? I really want to see a Ding comeback. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Rook takes h2 now is mating. I don't know in what line, Josh. But queen, yeah, I mean, if queen h4, then there's no option of this. Plus 50 in blitz, nice. Yeah, Bluebaum, is that his name, Bluebaum? I don't know why saying it out loud sounds kind of strange. But yeah, no, I saw that he qualified. I was kind of keeping up with the tournament. Like, it's kind of hype, like when so many strong players are playing together. I have no idea what this. Yeah, I don't know what to play here. I literally don't know what to play. Literally no idea. Queen h3 or pawn takes g3? Any other move or just down a piece? Surely. Like, if we just go back queen g5, they just go back bishop f2, which is worse. So my problem with queen h3 is just king f2. Pawn takes g3, pawn takes g3. And it's just nothing. Whereas pawn takes g3 now, they just go pawn takes g3, and again, I don't see the follow-up. Yeah, I have no idea. Can anyone tell me what the solution is here? In which line, Josh, are you saying this rook takes h2? Instead of queen h4, I guess. But I don't think it was winning. So what, like I had a knight on g3, the bishop was on f2, the queen was like somewhere back here. And we go rook takes h2, king takes h2, queen h4, king g2. I don't think queen h3 is defended. Doesn't it just hang a queen? Yeah, just get on the tactics, Josh. But okay, one mishap in one puzzle. I think it's okay. I wouldn't panic too much. Okay, so Bluebaum, Anish, and Hikaru getting the rating spot. But surely there have been other spots already, right? Candidate spots chess 2026, is it? Maybe Chess Dom will have the answers. Alright, there we go. Okay, so Caruana won the FIDE circuit. Ah, the World Cup. When is the World Cup actually? 25 Chess World Cup. Okay, wait, what? From 31st of October to 27th of November, it takes a whole month. That is wild. I didn't realize it lasts that long. So wow, you actually get 3 spots from the World Cup and first and second from Grand Swiss. One by rating. And 2025 FIDE circuit. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if you can see all of this on I probably need to switch overlays if I. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird lineup so far. Caruana, Giri, and Bluebaum. But yeah, I also don't know exactly who I'd want. I think a really, really cool matchup would be Gukesh against Abdusattorov. I think they make really good rivals in terms of the kind of games that they play. Yeah, he needs the game count. Yeah, yeah. I thought the queen was defended on h3. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm glad I visualized your line correctly. Oh yes, I'm sorry. So see, like it feels like yesterday that you said that you finished your GCSEs. So you're doing A levels now. Crazy. How is the transition? And what subjects are you taking? Woodward in seventh place is unbelievable. That's a remarkable achievement. I have no guys. I literally have no idea what to play here. I literally don't know. Yeah, I don't see the difference. I don't see the difference. Like check is just here. Check is just here. Like what are we doing? I guess Queen h2, King f1, Rook h3 maybe, but that's not even a threat. I can't even see a threat. Oh, what if we're getting the Rook King onto f1 so that we could sack on g4, pawn takes, and then play like Rook f6? Jesus Christ. If they block knight f4, then I pick up the queen. If they go king e1, they're hanging on by a hair. Bishop g4. Rook f6. King e1 forced. I've got one check on f2, but I don't really like it. Maybe I can go Rook f2, but I don't believe in it either. I'm just so underdeveloped. I mean, that looks the most promising. What about Queen h3, King f2 and the same idea? Bishop takes g4? Here I need to watch out for like Rook h1 stuff, but let's just presume they take back for a second. This feels like a worse version, right? We go Rook f6, they can still go King e1. I think that's a worse version. So what is the follow-up? I think it's Bishop g4. That's the only idea I can see. And then check, and then King e1, and then there's just something. Check. Here. I swear to God, if it's like... Nah, that would just be nonsense. Here, 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 here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh, change the move order. But how is rook f6 fast enough? Yeah, my intuition is so bad with this stuff. I mean, yeah, like, it just wins, doesn't it? That's crazy. Okay, everyone's talking about a candidate, so no one's training. That is shocking that I didn't consider this. Wow. I guess what happens if they just go king e1? King e1, rook takes f3. I guess you've won back that pawn. That's an insane line. Rook f6, very nice. GG. If f4, then bishop takes g4. That's ridiculous. Did we get everything else correct? I'm really surprised that they don't give rook takes g3 as the line. Rook h2. Like it's crazy from Axel Smith not to give rook g3 as a candidate. I mean, you need to find rook h2. Oh yeah, and then also not take back, but to play king g1. And I thought rook takes f2 was best, but no, we can actually bring the queen in. Yeah, that's even better. That's a bit annoying. But at least this is also winning. And I said queen h4 here. Yeah. Okay, so this is still minus 2.8. I'm glad at least I saw this. But yeah, king g2 and queen h4 only move. At least bishop g4 is not lost. It's just equal. You still got somewhat of an attack. But you are down a piece, right? That's not great. Yeah, really difficult puzzle. I thank God I don't have to find stuff like that in my games. Yeah, these are too hard, right? And this next puzzle is probably going to be like, black to play, make a fork. And Axel Smith will be like, thank you for the money. It's actually wild. I love the spelling of Bluebaum in chat. Caruana and Giri absolutely belong. Does Giri belong? I feel like when I've like seen like the most recent top tournaments, I don't really see Giri playing. I mean, in fairness, yeah, no, winning the Grand Swiss, like, respect, but I also feel like he's as streaky of a player as Gukesh, and if anything, I feel like he's a tiny bit washed, is what I'd consider. Bluebaum may end up being a bit of an Abasov. Yeah, I mean, he won the European Championship, so if anything, Bluebaum is in top form. So maybe, you know, maybe this is really his chance. I feel like Abasov, I mean, he did come like third in the World Cup, which was also quite unusual. But I somehow feel like the Grand Swiss is just a harder journey. It's tough to say. I mean, Bluebaum isn't even 2700. I don't think he's ever made it. Did Safsara ever disclose his A-levels? Oh yeah, biochem history. What is history doing there? That's a weird mix. I guess it's good to know some history. Why not? Wait, so just 3 A-levels? Don't you need to do 4 and then you drop one? Or is that not how it works anymore? Kirill Alexeyenko, yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah, no, Kirill should not have been in the candidates. I mean, as a wild card was crazy. There's so many other players who like would have deserved that spot. I mean, he actually didn't do as badly as people predicted. He actually got like an okay score. That was probably one of the first candidates I caught up with. Why are people saying congrats to Safsara? Oh, I qualified to the challenges. Okay, nice. That's that is nice. Good job. Okay. Tau against Arta. What is happening here? So it's queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight against queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight, knight. So Tau's got bishop pair. Black has probably just gone b5. And time for some madness of like bishop f7 and knight b5 or something. Oh, but why not change the move order and play knight b5? Right? Because if they take, then we can go this and win the queen. It's like ridiculous that this is on the same level as the last puzzle. It's just such a joke. I mean, yeah, just knight b5 then, right? Unless it's like a red herring and I need to watch out for something. Like knight b5, what if like queen a5 to try and hit both pieces? I guess there I can go knight d6. You take my bishop on a3. I take bishop takes f7. King f8. Probably knight takes e8. I've won 2 pawns and a rook for 2 pieces. Probably that's fine. I don't know. Knight b5. Knight b5, queen a5. Are there any other moves I can make my life a bit simpler? I don't think so. Knight b5. It's very tempting. What about the other candidates? I haven't really even looked at this properly. Like, there's an X-ray, X-ray, X-ray and pressure. Yeah, bishop f7, king f7, knight b5 is just... Surely it's not that good. Although I am threatening knight d6. Bishop f7, king f7, knight b5. I've got 2 pawns for the piece, and I'm threatening the queen, and I'm threatening knight d6. So does that just win? What if, again, queen a5, right? Bishop f7, king f7, knight b5, queen a5. Knight d6 check. King g8. The thing is, I've already sacked a piece, so I think I still lose 2 pieces for a rook and 2 pawns. I don't know what I'm missing. Yeah. Take. Yeah. Take. Maybe I win this pawn on c6 at the very end, so maybe I win a rook and 3 pawns for 2 pieces? Which probably is decisive then, right? So I'm looking at knight b5, queen a5, knight d6, queen takes a3, bishop takes f7, king f8, knight takes e8, knight takes e8, bishop takes e8, rook takes e8, and then rook takes c6 at the very end. And that's probably a decisive advantage. I think that's the best I can do. And we stop here. Brilliant. Okay, there's a second solution with the same theme. Okay, so yeah, this is actually kind of similar to what I was saying. Queen c4 and queen takes c6. So you do win the pawn as well. But queen a5, okay, good. That's mentioned. cb5 loses straight away, of course. Queen a5, knight d6. Queen a3, bishop f7, takes, and rook c6. Let's go. Mikhail Tau in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and Peter Finn with the other line of knight b5 and finding queen c6 at the end. That is unbelievable. That, to me, feels so much harder than what I calculated. Very nice. I'm also glad they removed the wildcard spot. It's just dodgy. Wow, I remember you. You played against my coach in Dortmund 2024. I assume you're Felix. Can I call you that? SVS Felix. You played against my coach, Dortmund 2024. So 2024, who did I play? Could your coach be Ennis? That's his name, right? Ennis, I think. That's my best guess. Um, Queen C4 was almost mate. Ah, it is Ennis. Okay, nice. Yeah, Ennis was cool. Yeah, Ennis Dufari. Yeah. Yeah, he grinded me out, unfortunately, but I also felt like I was a lot more inexperienced back then. Like in terms of like my opening understanding. Like I played the resulting position so badly in a way that I would never play it nowadays. So yeah, we've made improvements for sure. And yeah, it takes playing a really strong player like that to kind of learn what not to do. Yeah, hope your own chess is going well, Felix. And yeah, let's keep going. So how much time? Okay, 18 more minutes. Let's grind it out. Tau against Saigon. Black to play. Okay, so what's going on? We've got queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop, queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. What can we understand about the position? Okay, our king is castled. Our rook is on the line of their king. Okay, there's some insane X-ray pressure here, but probably never amounting to something. The bishop is loose. King and queen are near each other, but there aren't any knights that could help. A little bit underdeveloped here. Maybe rook is loose here. Rook is also loose. And yeah, there's pressure here. Okay, so given all of this, what is our goal in this position? I guess to try and exploit one of these exposed pieces in a way that wins material somehow. So, okay, do we have any checks? We have rook takes e3. Do we have any captures? Well, rook takes e3 and bishop takes c3, I guess. Do we have any threats? Yeah, we can attack the rook. We could attack the bishop. We could attack the bishop this way. Maybe we could try and open this up with g5, but it looks too slow. I mean, our rook is being attacked. And what about moves that just save the rook? I mean, we can move here, here, here. Maybe a move like queen e7 is interesting as well. Like if they take us, then we can take back with the rook and try and mount even more pressure. So okay, let's start with our checks. Rook e3. If they take back with the queen, I'd love to somehow get a rook here, but how do we find the time? c6 maybe, but just pawn takes. Pawn takes. Bishop takes even. Okay, so maybe not. What about bishop c3? c3. Just queen c3 I think looks fine. So what about the threats then? If we attack their rook and they take our rook and we take their rook, they could just move their bishop away. And have we gained something here? Not really. So at the very least I think there's that. Maybe they've got even better. Like maybe castling or something. What other threats did I have? I also just have calmly moving the rook. Queen e7 was interesting. If they take, then I need to take back, and can they just defend with like king f2? Oh god. I am so looking forward to moving on from Tau. Jesus. Oh, this isn't even Tau playing the tactic. This is Vladimir Saigan. I feel like that's a pretty cool name. Okay. Can we draw any conclusions from the analysis that we've just done? What about these moves like a6 or c6? a6, they just take our rook. c6, pawn takes. Pawn takes. Nothing. I keep wanting to play queen here. That's the move that keeps jumping to mind. Jesus Christ. Could I make that a reality though? Queen e7, they take, I take, and then they do king f2. Maybe now I just go queen here. But now the rooks are connected. Doesn't feel as powerful. Queen e7, bishop e8, rook e8, king f2. Oh man. This is so above my pay grade to try and solve this. This be? Did I have any other candidate moves that I'm forgetting to look at? And bishop d7 is so tame. g5 is just madness, right? Surely. g5, just bishop takes e8. There's nothing. Like, there's so many loose pieces, like the rook on h1, the bishop on b5, like... How is there not a way to exploit it? What about this bishop e4 again? Bishop e4? But what does it really do? Again, completely stumped. Completely stumped. And to think that I used to be delusional enough to believe that I could play like Mikhail Tal. It's actually unbelievable. Because I thought I was really creative, but it turns out like you need to be concrete as well. And clearly I'm not creative because, or like creative in different ways, just not in a chess attacking brain way. Because yeah, what the hell is this? I don't know. Queen e7 is my best try. c6. Did anyone get c6? Let me scroll back. Okay. Yeah. C6 and queen b6. So c6 pawn takes. Oh my god, queen b6. You just ignore the pawn and just play queen b6? Are you kidding me? That is an unbelievable move. That is an unbelievable move. Oh. It's like that move is so not on my radar. Just staring down the barrel of a gun. This move, queen b6. Jesus Christ. c6. I missed c6, bishop e2. But then at the very least you can play bishop e4 and pick up the e-pawn. Yeah, Simon T mentioned c6, bishop e2, bishop e4. Very nice. Yeah. But then just king f2. When? So we're saying if d takes c6, queen b6, king f2, then I just go queen takes b5. Like the bishop's hanging, that's the point. Yeah, it's just about being able to see queen b6 as a candidate move, which I wasn't able to. But yeah, like yeah, I think it's just believing that this move is possible. And I remember this was like some advice I learned in my FIDE trainer seminar, which is one of Magnus's strengths is that he really is able to play on all 64 squares of the board. Like there's not a single square that he feels like is not his to take. Like I don't know if it comes from like a place of arrogance or just, you know, chess, just sheer chess brilliance. But yeah, if you just believe that every square could potentially be useful, I think like assumptions and eliminations of certain ideas can, you know, decrease the chance. I mean, it's natural that you do it because you need to save time. But yeah, it can also mean you miss stuff. Yeah, but the difference here, Jan, is after bishop e4 and they castle, we can take the pawn on d5, which wasn't possible in the other line. Entire chat is screaming c6. Yes, exactly. Peep, for real. I was looking for ways to try and add pressure, which was my idea with g5, right? g5, pawn takes, bishop takes. But of course, it's just way too slow. Okay, thank you, Josh, for covering the daily stream question. What are we using for training? So yeah, this is Chessable. Oh, Tao played bishop c4. Oh, I didn't even... Oh, can I be bothered to go back? I didn't even see what happened. Tao played bishop c4 after c6. Right. But still, that blunders bishop e4 and then you just take on e4. So I think it's fine. Okay, I mean, yeah, let me just double check this for my own sanity. Let's go. Where were we? Quickly check this. Oh my god, we've got so many to go. Oh my days. I thought we were way further on than that. What? What is this? Oh no, I need to click over study. So it was c6 and queen b6. And if bishop c4, Tao managed to draw after bishop c4. Bishop c4, interesting. But bishop c4, what's the point? So bishop c4, we can take on e3. Probably I take with the rook. Because then the king can't attack, really. Because if they play like king f2, that has to be busted. So bishop c4, just rook takes e3. How on earth do you save this? Let's actually have a look at the game. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. Let's see if it's this one. This looks about right. Let's see if we can flip the board. Yeah, let me go full screen for a sec. Let's have a very quick look to see how Tal saved the game. This is not the same game, is it? This is definitely not the same game. Yeah, no, this is just a completely different game. Hold on. Oh, this is probably the one. Again, this is not the game. So I guess this Saigon guy must have played a lot. Oh, that's also a Saigon with white. One Tower's white. Bruh. Maybe this one? Script chess? Oh, this looks like the same as the other game. Yeah, that's not the one we want. Yep, I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Maybe it's not even true. Maybe Tal did not even save the game. Who the hell knows? Who's gonna fact check Mr. Oh, it's a qualification match. Okay, so probably it did happen then. I don't know why I'm so keen to find this. Tal. Loss. Okay, so it has to be one of these games. Otherwise, Axel Smith is just chatting shit. Well, it's not this game. Unless... No, it's not this game. Okay, and then what about it? So it must be this game then. Unless it's like a different game, but I don't know. Probably it's just a different game then. Who knows? This ain't the game either. Yeah, I give up. Whatever. But yeah, apparently Tao drew it. I mean, maybe we can just briefly check with Engine. So like Bishop C4, Rook E3, as I said. Like, how on earth do you not win this? I almost feel like it must be just Axel Smith chatting shit. I genuinely don't believe that a master wouldn't convert this. You're literally a whole piece up. At the very least, you just take on C6 and there's nothing for white. Yeah. Yeah, Axel Smith makes up games to make Tao look bad. I could totally believe that Axel Smith just, read the wrong game or something, or just... I mean, I wouldn't believe it. Oh, it's the move before. Peter. This is why you're a titled player. You have the attention to detail that us mere mortals clearly don't have. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Bishop c4 here, and that makes sense how he saved the game, because it's not just completely dead lost. You guys believe me too easily. Yeah, and bishop e4 is not even a way to convert. Still queen b6. Oof. What is this line? King f2, rook e3, and then take on b2. And take on c3. So we just sacked in exchange, but won 2 pawns. And yeah, this is actually completely nightmarish. Yeah, fair play. CBA for this level of chess. This is too much. Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Jan, for making us revisit that. That was pretty fun. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong scene. Whoops. Okay, what the hell is this? Yeah. Oh, I just closed the tab as well. Guys, you're just going to have to believe me that... You know that position, right? Like we play c6. Instead of taking on c6, they just play bishop back to c4. So... Yeah, and then the point... See, I don't want to have to go find that exercise again. You don't have to take my word for it. It makes complete sense. Okay, let's solve this next one. I hope that's okay. I hope you don't need me to go back. Let's do one final one, and then we'll call it a day. I don't want to keep my flatmate up. So okay, Tau to play and win. Got queen rook bishop knight against queen rook bishop knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 5. Again, I can feel that this is going to be so AIDS. So their king is super weak. We've got some X-ray pressure here. This diagonal is weak. We've got a light squared bishop. The knight can potentially try and come in at some point. Somehow. The rook is also well placed. Rook f2 is suddenly jumping out as a move. I mean, there's so many moves there. Anything else to note? There's pressure on our bishop. These pawns could be dangerous long term. Maybe there's some X-ray pressure here, but unlikely. Maybe some back rank one day, also unlikely. So okay, candidate moves. What checks do we have? We've got check here, check here. What captures do we have? We've got the capture here. What threats do we have? We've got rook f2. Maybe rook f1. Maybe knight here. And no, so many moves. So okay. What checks do we have? Yeah, I mean, let's begin with our checks. So, bishop g2. They have to play king takes g2. Queen here is not mate, whereas the knight. So bishop g2, king g2. Can I not just play rook f2? If king takes, then I just take the queen. And then I even win the bishop. So is that line 100% winning? The power of checks captures threats, my friends. Like, I would never find bishop g2 otherwise. Take here. You can push once. I have a queen. I'm chilling. Yeah, that just wins. Very nice. Did I manage to beat chat? I have a feeling I probably didn't. This one I've already said. I have no idea how you already said, but bishop d2, rook f2 is correct, Simon T. Good job. I still don't know what happens after bishop c4. I can't visualize. Okay, guys, I will go back just for you guys. God damn it. Let me go back. Oh, I went back too far. This is definitely not going to be worth it. Let me show you guys. Let me see if it's this one. It's not this one. 570? Let's try this. Yeah. So, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, after c6, queen b6, if the move bishop c4... Actually, you know what? I'm going to make you guys visualize it. If the move bishop c4, then you've got a number of different moves. You've got bishop e4, which is, you know, regaining the pawn in like some reasonable manner. But, oh no, sorry. We're here again. They did not play bishop c4 at this moment, which would allow rook takes e3. No, we're talking about c4, bishop c4 here. Bishop c4 here, bishop e4 can regain the pawn, can win a pawn, but it's not completely clear. But after bishop c4, we can actually still play the move queen b6. And queen b6 is crazy because white can play king f2, but then we sack the rook on e3, queen takes e3, queen takes b2 check, queen e2 blocks, and then queen takes c3. And the point is that you've won 2 pawns and a piece for a rook. But the king is wide open. You've got the bishop pair in the center. Threats all over the board. White is busted, +2. -2, I should say. But bishop e4, just to win a pawn, is -1. Aha, it popped up on the screen 5 minutes ago. I see, Simon. Got it. Aha, you don't have to click OSADA, you can also click show solution. Okay, that's fair, Felix. Maybe I'll do that next time. But okay, I have definitely done my daily training for... I don't know why I say daily, tri-weekly training for today. So I'm going to call it a day. And actually, there's a chess book that I've been getting into. It's a book, an old book. Let me drink some water, Jesus Christ. It's an old book by Grandmaster Bologan on the Chevabenko Slav, and I love these kind of books because not the kind of like Cyrus Lakwanda crap where he's written like 50 books on 50 openings and he hasn't played any of them. No, we're talking about Bologan, the direct student of Chevabenko, writing a book on the Chevabenko Slav. And given that Chevabenko invented the Chevabenko Slav, the book is literally like giving a whole backstory to how the Chevabenko Slav even came about, referencing other like source material like Kasparov's writings and articles. And the book is just a beautifully written book because there's so much love that has gone into it because Bologan was one of his students and Chevabenko died. Because a fun fact about Chevabenko, his diet was fried eggs and cigarettes. Another fun fact about Chevabenko is when he finally quit his unhealthy habits, he died. So I think his body was like so completely fucked that like changing and switching that up actually was the shock to the system that led to his death. I mean, I guess it could also just be coincidence, but who knows? But I mean, just some fun facts about Chevabenko. I mean, he's a really, really quiet guy. I mean, people would consider him a ghost at tournaments because they'd never see him. They'd only see him at the board. And that's because he'd spend his whole time in his hotel room, just like analyzing chess positions. And the other fun fact is whenever he did his analysis, he would only use like a small portable magnetic board because he didn't want to get up from his sofa. He would just lie down, fully outstretched on his sofa, magnetic board in hand, just analyzing and analyzing. And the thing is, he kept a lot of his secrets and opening ideas. Like he's got so many opening like ideas, not just the Chevabenko Slav, but he kept a lot of them secret for the Moldovan team because he didn't want to share them. But those secrets have started to come like they've been uncovered in like the 90s and 2000s. And where was I going with this with the secrets? There was a funny anecdote that basically said that it was kind of a common trend of the Moldovan national team that they would all be like out of the opening with an advantage, then they'd let the advantage slip in the middle game, and then they'd lose the end game. So this was kind of like the Moldovan school of chess, at least back then. But yeah, I think Chevabenko really inspired a whole generation there because I don't think we have many strong Moldovan players nowadays. But Chevabenko and Bologan, top like 2,600 players. And yeah, absolutely loving this book. So I'm gonna keep reading it and hopefully incorporate this opening into my repertoire because I think like actually the kind of idea of it is actually very up my street. To kind of play this waiting game. Actually, Peter, you mentioned Bologan has a Caro-Kann book. Yeah, there's actually a Bologan variation. No, sorry, it's a Chevabenko variation that goes like e4, c6, d4, d5, knight c3, and then just a6. So kind of inspired by this similar type of Chevabenko Slav. But I've never looked into it actually. How do you spell this? Chevabenko? Chevabenko, I guess. But yeah, the book I think it's an old book from 2008, but it's really what I was after, like to have some kind of strategical guide on how to play the opening before I, try and delve deeper with databases and engines. But yeah, very, very cool opening, and I will probably read that now. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this, and see you on Wednesday for another stream. And actually tomorrow, I have a chess match, a league match, John Littlewood against Liverpool, so a lot of hype to see how that goes. Okay, bye guys.